Hi, guys. Listen, thank you so much for waiting patiently. I know I told you guys every Tuesday going forward, it is every Tuesday that a new video will be up. However, I know today is Thursday. There was a little, challenges getting up the new channel because of certain things. But as promised, going forward with the Ayeisha McNeil real estate channel, I'm here to talk about real estate. Okay. So if you are interested in buying, selling, investing, talk to your girl. Hey, you know how to reach me. It's Ayeisha.ga real estate LLC altogether.com. That's how you can see my properties, and that's how you can reach out and contact me and let me know you're interested in some properties here in Georgia. I can also refer you guys if you are looking and you know me and you're looking to buy your house and you pre-qualified or you ready to get pre-qualified and look for your house and find it and close. Listen, I can refer to any state. Okay. So don't feel limited because we can stretch our arms pretty far. Okay. So I will definitely reach out and touch and, you know, get these real estates because I am in a huge network of realtors. So we are in every state. And so we communicate every single day. And, so listen, if you need any realtor, in another state, feel free, reach out to me and let me know so I can get you over and make a smooth transition to you after I fill out that agent, okay? And make sure they're a good fit for you. So, with that said, I'm pretty cool with our network. It's some really dope women up in there, okay? It's some really, really dope women up in there. So, with that said, moving forward, today this video is about pre-qualifying and pre-approving, right? So what does that mean? For you who never bought a house, you probably don't know what that means. Or if you never had a credit card, you don't know what that means, right? They always send you these credit cards in the mail. They say, hey, you pre-qualified for, right? And the truth is they like, fill out this application and let's see if you really do, qualify. You thinking you pre-qualify for it. You fill out the information and find out, lo and behold, you don't qualify for what they sent you, right? So let's switch that on to the mortgage. So here we are. Here it is. You want to pre-qualify versus pre-approval or pre-approval versus pre-qualify. Now, if you're in the market and you're looking for your home and you want to know how much home you can afford, if you're going to need financing, then you want to pre-qualify and see, kind of like touch the waters, right? Put your feet in the water and see what it is that you can pre-qualify for based on what you tell your lender. So if you tell your lender, this is my credit rating, this is how much I made for the past 2 years and my job, I've been there 27 years, whatever, how long you've been there. And you let them know, hey, I can get the tax returns to you. I can get the pay stubs to you. I can get the bank statements to you, right? So you tell them you can get them those documents, but they don't have it, right? But they do have your social. So they'll pull your credit. Now, a pre-qualify, you don't have to pull your credit, or it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a hard pull, but it would be a soft pull. So if you have a lender who can do a soft pull to see where you are, most of the time, I'm going to be honest with you, to get a real look, lenders really want to pull that credit, okay, for them to see exactly are who you say you are, and can you really, tolerate this loan and pay off, and is your character good for it, or do you have the capacity to pay it, things like that. So to pre-qualify, you're basically getting an estimate. And what does that estimate? It's kind of like when something happens to your car and you want to get it fixed, right? So you take your car to different shops and you say, well, this is what's wrong with it. And they say, well, you know what? Okay, based on what you're telling me, okay, this is what it may cost you. However, the car dealer would say, or the car place would say, now, if I get up under that hood, right, And it's something else that I'm gonna tell you that is going to be additional charges, right? So think of pre-qualifying like your estimate on that car when you need to get it fixed, right? You telling them what you need to get it fixed, but guess who's the expert? Who's the expert? You're not the expert. They're the expert. So when they lift up that hood or put it up on top of, you know, that thingy and lift it up, and they start looking underneath that car, inside that hood and everything else, and realize that your $700 estimate they gave you is probably $2,000 or $3,000 worth of work to do. Listen, you got an estimate based on what you told that car dealer or that car shop. Okay, an estimate. So your thing is, if you get an estimate, don't base your life on the estimate until you actually solidify, you know, that you got this based on what. Now, if then yes, your estimate is all right. Your estimate is good. So back to pre-qualification. So if you know that your credit is where it is, and if you know that based on what you told that lender that you make that 60,000, 100,000 a year, and you could prove that for 2 years, even though they don't have those documents, and you have the money sitting in your account for that closing transaction, for down payment and closing and other expenses, listen, by all means, if you pre-qualify for yourself, you can consider, okay, this estimate is going to be about right because I know what I told them is the truth, but still understand it is just an estimate. Now, pre-approval, let's move on to pre-approval. What is pre-approval? Pre-approval is all the documents you didn't have on the spot are the documents you already submitted to the lender. Well, what does that mean? Well, they asked me for W-2s for the past 2 years, showing my income. And, I told them I made $100,000 a year. Both of my tax returns is going to show $100,000 a year. So boom. Now you got the bank statements. You got three bank statements that shows that you have $40,000 or whatever. I'm just using examples, guys. You have $40,000 sitting in that savings account, hasn't been touched for over a year or 6 months, and is just sitting there. So now you submitted those 3-month saving statements. So wherever you have that money, you have it right there. Now, if you were using 401k, to take money out for your first time home, and which you won't be penalized on your taxes, the extra percentage through the IRS, hey, seek your advice, seek advice from a CPA. I'm not a CPA. However, on your first home purchase, you can borrow money and get money out of your 401k for your house. So if it's coming from, and I'm gonna tell y'all, if it's coming from there, by the time you do that application, okay, they going to require you to move that money to where it needs to be. Okay, so be prepared for that. But back to the savings account. So you got your tax returns going to reflect the money you told them you make. You're going to submit that. You have your bank statements. You're going to submit that. You have your pay stubs, 2 to 3, whatever they ask for. You're going to submit that. And you're going to allow them to pull your credit, right? You're going to allow them and get them permission, to pull your credit. So they pull your credit, they verify your income, they verify your W-2s, they verify your pay stubs, and they verify your credit standing. Now you're pre-approved. That means your pre-approval is based on all that information they was able to verify. So that is not an estimate. That is verified based on the information you gave them. Then you have that loan, right? Nothing is guaranteed until it's guaranteed, right? So pre-qualify is truly just an estimate based on the information you give them, just like when you take your car to the auto shop to get fixed and you tell them this is what's wrong and this is what's wrong, and boom, like I said, you're not the expert. So that's your pre-qualify, your estimate, right? Your pre-approval says this is good for 30 to 90 days. Now, a pre-approval may be 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. And that depends on if your situation changes. So most of the time, it's good for 90 days, pre-qualification and pre-approval, most of the time. Now, if you go outside and you decide after you got pre-approved for this loan, you've submitted your application for this loan, and you have also submitted the purchase agreement for this loan, and then you go and decide you want to buy a new car before you close. No, that's a financial change, and it's possible it won't happen. Why? Because it kicked your DTI out of where you got qualified. Can you get disqualified because of your DTI? Yes, you can. Can you get disqualified if you don't have enough income per month for that loan, regardless of what you make that year? If you don't show in your pay stubs you have enough money, it's called the housing percentage that they're going to be looking at based on your gross income that you make every month. 28-30%, depending on factors and things like that. I am not your lender. However, I have banking experience. Okay. But as your realtor, I am going to say that make sure, please make sure you do not go out and buy some expensive piece of jewelry, some or a car, or apply for another loan or a credit card, because you are putting yourself in danger of losing the opportunity of getting that loan. Now, at one time when I purchased my condo, my real estate agent told me, she said, now don't go buying nothing because I've seen clients who went and made big purchases and they got disqualified for the loan when they thought they was going to close. So this is why I'm going to tell you guys, look, real estate business, okay? Real estate news, okay? Do not buy anything while you are in the mix of buying your home. You can buy it after you close, okay? Let's get to the closing table and sign those documents and get those keys before you go buying furniture that costs $1,500 to $3,000. Let's go to the closing table, sign them documents and get those keys before you go and apply for a new loan or something like that. I'm trying to get you guys to the closing table, to the touchdown area, okay? I'm getting you in the end zone. Now, if you come in, you got 50 yards on the field to make for that touchdown on your side of the team. I'm on your team, okay? I'm on your team. The lender's on your team. You are on your team, okay? So we got to get from that end of the field to the end zone to make that touchdown. So please do not fumble your loan. Do not fumble your loan. You know what a fumble is, right? In football, you get the ball and boom, you let it go. You get the loan and boom, you dropped it because of foolishness. Foolishness. Okay? Listen, do not fumble your loan. Get in the end zone and make that touchdown, and bam, close that deal. Then buy whatever you can afford after that. The day after, the night of, the morning of, I don't care when, but after you close the deal. Okay? So back to pre-qualification versus pre-approval. Pre-qualification is going to be your estimate. Okay? Now, I heard it like this. Is not my word, so I'm going to say, I heard it like this. Pre-qualification is like your audition if you were going for a play or a role in as an actor. But pre-approval is the dress rehearsal. It is the dress rehearsal. So you're in the play now. You have the role. Now you have to do dress rehearsal before the show is on, because you're in the show. You're literally picked and chosen, the chosen actor in the show. Okay? So all you got to do is get through the dress rehearsal so you can go on Broadway. Okay? So yes, I heard of that saying, and I thought that was good to say because, like I said, an audition, you may not get the role. You go for an audition, it didn't work out, right? So pre-qualify, back to the car situation, an estimate. It's an estimate. It's not a set in stone kind of thing. Because once they put, like I said, get that car up in the air, open up that hood, whatever it might be, it may not be the 700 they quoted you. It could be 1,300 or $2,000. So if you go get pre-qualified and you mess around and you tell them this, and you say you get more income than you actually get, and then it turns out that you qualify for a less amount for a home purchase. So pre-approval is great because you gave them everything they needed. Everything they needed. And I tell clients, listen, if you're ready for a house, you need 3 months to be ready and close or what. And I say that because the first month, you're within your time of looking and searching for that house. You got pre-qualified or you got pre-approval. You're looking for that house. And now, before 30 days are up, about 30 days, you need to be ready to put in an application. Can the application go in 24 hours? Yes, it sure can. But it's totally up to you. It's totally up to you of how much time you're going to put into searching for your house and how interactive you're going to be with your agent. Okay. One thing I do suggest is, if you want to get a house, don't be all over the place. Don't say, hey, I want a house in this area and I got to be in these 3 areas. And then all of a sudden you come up and you want to be 2 hours away rather than 1 hour away. And I say that to say this, not to say anything about any clients, but I say that to say this. You want to be able to look at properties and for your agent to actually put at least 3 properties in that same area, especially if your agent have to drive an hour and a half away. You want to put 3 properties at least together and allow your agent to schedule the show time, okay? Because you need 24 hours before you schedule to see somebody's property. You know, it's not like back in the day where your agent, you told your agent, hey, I want to go see this house, and boom, your agent was like, okay, let me just call the agent over there and let me just do it. No, now they revert everybody to this app. Everything is technology. So now we have to be reverted to an app to schedule you. So I know some of you guys out there think, hey, I just told you yesterday I wanted to go see this and let's go. Well, I have to get the approval of the other agent to say that it's okay through the seller to show you that particular, because also there's other people going to see the same property. So if their schedule, we don't want to interfere and disrespect their scheduled time. So my thing is, you want to be looking that first month for real, and secure that purchase. You know what I'm saying? With that contract. Once you get that contract, boom, you submit that contract to your lender. And as long as the conditions that they gave you for the pre-approval, because the conditions on the pre-approval, at least 2 of them is going to say they need the purchase agreement submitted for the property you're going to buy. And they also need to know that your financial situation did not change. So understand this. You got your credit pulled at the beginning of the pre-qualify and pre-approval, right? But once you submit that application, your credit will be pulled again because they need to make sure that those conditions were met. Because you can also, with a pre-approval, disqualify yourself if you do what I told you earlier not to do, like buying a big purchase, a big jewelry purchase, a big car purchase, or applying for a loan. Like, even if it's for somebody else, don't do it at all. So let that be the left alone time. I'm gonna call it the left alone time. Leave it alone from any other loans. Leave it alone from any other pulls. Leave it alone from any other whatever purchases that you think you're going to do. Okay. So once again, pre-qualify is your estimate based on the information you told them that you did not even submit yet. Pre-approval is the amount that you can get. Okay. And based on the information you've given them. Okay. So you're going to get that loan with the conditions that they spelled out for you. Okay. So once again, the car situation and, the rehearsal situation where the qualifications, the qualifying for the loan is the audition, and the Pre-approval is the rehearsal, the dress up rehearsal, right? Because you're in the play. The audition was you were trying to get in the play. The rehearsal is you're in there. Now it's up to you for the show to go on, right? So anyway, understand pre-qualifying saying I didn't submit the information. Pre-approval says I submitted all my information, but of course, except for the purchase agreement because you didn't get anything on the contract yet. So with that said, I hope that made it simple for some of y'all out there, because y'all think that I'm not like, you guys are not wrong for that, because I remember growing up when someone sent me something in the mail to my, oh, you're pre-qualified for this credit card. Turns out I do the application and I don't get accepted. So it wasn't pre-qualified based on what information did you have that you said I was pre-qualified, because I didn't even give you any information for you to tell me I was pre-qualified for this credit card. And now there's a big pull off my credit, hitting my credit, and an inquiry that's going to last for at least 2 years because I didn't get the credit card, right? Now the pre-approval is, okay, based on the information we already know, okay, you still have to do the application, but let's see if you're qualified for this card, or we can give you a different card. So understand, I don't want to confuse anybody with pre-qualification and pre-approval. So once again, the pre-approval withstands 30 to 90 days as well, but as long as your situation doesn't change, okay? But if something should change, you need to let your lender know, because that's going to affect your loan. And you don't want to get to the point where you think that you're going to close and then you can't close because some situation happened and you didn't tell your lender and it affected your loan. Okay. So if you have any questions, this is a short video. I'm trying to hope it's short. So next week, we'll talk about, once you got pre-qualified or pre-approved, we'll talk about the process after that in searching for your home with your real estate agent. Okay. So today, I hope I was able to explain what pre-qualify is and what pre-approval is. As you guys know, that I'm getting my tongue twisted on both those words, right? Because pre-qualification, pre-approval, and right? But don't get confused. So anyway, as I always say, you can reach me. You can drop a contact to me on my website for the if you want to sign up to my website and look at available properties all throughout the state of Georgia, please feel free, sign up on Ayeisha.GeorgiaRealEstateLLC.com. And how is that spelled? My first name .GA realestateLLC.com. And when you sign up, you'll be able to see as many homes as you want to. But if you don't sign up, you'll probably get to see maybe 2 or 3, and then it'll ask you to sign in, okay? If you want to contact me, like I said, you can contact me through that page. If you guys want to leave comments down below, I will read the comments. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll always get the notification that you sent something in the comments. And if it's a question, I will definitely note it down, and so I can go ahead and prepare going to the next video on Tuesday to answer that question for you and any other questions you might have in the home buying process. So like I said, my experience was I handle opening up credit cards, on the spot in the retail stores. When I did retail, I got clients was getting approved like they on the spot, in retail. And on top of that, because I had to input, of course, the information that I needed to get in there. So then going to banking, my experience in banking, I also had to learn the documents that were needed to move my client over to the mortgage department. I also helped my clients get all that paperwork together to move them to the mortgage partner that we had. So I am familiar, and also not to mention, there are parts of the application, things that we were supposed, it's just certain things that we as bankers are supposed to do before we move it forward to the next step. But I always like to prepare my clients ahead of the game, because I'm always liking to be ahead of the game. I'm more proactive than reactive, but I will react if I have to and make it happen. But I am more proactive than reactive. but I am always reactive in the sense of, if you send me an email, I'm going to react, I'm going to go ahead and, answer your email. That's me reacting to you sending me an email. I'm going to handle it. But proactive is, okay, the questions that I know my clients will want the answers to, I'm going to give them those questions when we have effective communication, consultation, or whatever it is. So when we get together, they may not ask those questions, but I'm going to be ready to answer those questions for them. That is being proactive, because I know that the questions that they're going to need answers to, I have them, instead of, some people don't know what questions to ask. So I want to make sure I have the right questions as well, with my experience in answering their questions, and plus giving them more information that they can make an informed decision based on what they know. The more information you have, the better choices, or the more choices, or the right choice that you will choose to make, right? With the valid information. So with that said, please reach out if you're looking for a home. If you're trying to sell your home, I'm open to helping you sell your home and get it on the market for you as well. If you're looking to buy a home, I'm willing to walk you through the process. I know it could be overwhelming, but I'm here to try as much as you allow me to take that overwhelming part out of your life, and to make it a little bit more simplistic and not complicated. Okay? So I would love to be your agent. I would love to be that person that walk you through this process and get you to the end zone, and you end up doing that touchdown and signing those documents, getting those keys, and saying, that's my property, right? So look, as I always say, listen, take life by the throat and make it speak into existence what you desire, because you have the right to speak what you want. Write it down and make it plain. Put it into the universe. Give it to God, and it will happen. So until Tuesday, guys, I will see you, and I look forward to seeing your comments. You can now subscribe to Ayeisha McNeil's real estate channel. And please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you know anyone searching for a home who need a referral from any state, please reach out to me. My number is on the website. My email is on the website. So, hey, I got you. You know I do. So with that said, have a wonderful evening, guys. Looking forward to a great weekend. Enjoy your day, the rest of your day. Bye. Or should I say later? Because I don't like saying bye. So later.